Amazon may be stuck in the mud, but our next guest says there is one FANG name that is headed for a big breakout. Let's go off the charts and go into the charts with Chris Ferrone of Strategas over at the Plasma. Chris.
Hey, Brian. Well, let's start with broader tech. And what I think is just so remarkable, despite all these signs that value is coming back, growth is still pretty good. We'll start with the triple Qs. Let's remember, we spent 18 months in a range. It's only the last 6 weeks that tech actually broke out here. So I think the question is this move too far too fast? Is tech overdone? Right now, you have tech about 10%, the Qs about 10% above their 200-day. Historically, you get extremes closer to 20%, as we saw 5 or 6 times during the last 10 years. So we think there's room here before tech is overbought. So how do we want to play continued strength in this group? I think one of our favorites is Facebook. This is another name that has spent the better part of the last now 2 years in this big range. But what's changed recently? Every time we check back to the 200-day moving average, support holds. The 50 held last week on bad news. The name has been so resilient despite bad headlines. I think higher here, getting above 205 is a breakout. Look for 250 in 2020. If you take a look at the longer-term setup, this drawdown that we saw on Facebook last year, this is down 45%. That's a good bear market. It was the biggest drawdown since the IPO. So if you're looking for a bear market here, you missed it. It already happened. I think the next major move in Facebook is up. I'm going to give you one more name, perhaps a little less known in this tech space. This is Splunk, just starting to improve. I think really interesting, the last couple weeks, big breakout, big acceleration on big volume. The stock is being accumulated here. We finally just got back above this 148, 150 area. I think next major move here is up. So, yes, there are signs that maybe value is coming back, but it doesn't mean all growth stocks are bad. I think the triple Qs have more to go, and I think Facebook and Splunk are two ways to play it.
All right, Facebook and Splunk. Chris, why don't you join us back here at the desk?
Come on over.
Bring it over.
Come on
Don't
now.
be afraid.
Come on now.
Anybody here own Splunk?
Always great to see you.
Got any Splunkers?
No Splunk here.
No Spelunky.
No. Facebook, yes. Splunk, no.
Why, Facebook?
Why
You agree
Facebook?
with, no, I said Facebook. You must agree with
I
Chris.
absolutely agree with Chris. I think there's plenty. I think that there are so many different verticals that they have that continue to develop that this is a story. You asked about a story of what's the next Amazon. Maybe it's Facebook because everybody thought it was Facebook. Well, no, maybe it's Instagram. Oh, it's WhatsApp. It's Messenger.
Well, they own
AI.
it.
All these other things are coming in, and obviously Instagram. So there's a lot of different reasons why right now Facebook is just at the beginning. And look at their growth. And look at the PE on this company versus an Amazon. It's not even close. The cash that they're generating. So yes, I'm bullish on it.
But the PE on Facebook has been, basically compressing for years. And I don't, look, my view on that is
That's
I think
a good thing, though, right?
Well, I don't know. I think this should be trading. I mean, you want to see a company re-rate. You want to see multiple expansion. And how would you get that? You'd get that from a management team that I think you really feel understands, the core part of their business. I think this management team, you have to give them tons of credit for where they've gotten to. But I think a lot of people question whether they really know how to value their business, but that the big risks in Facebook are really, the cost of securitization of those assets.
Tim, we talked about this last week. We were on when the news hit that DOJ was reinvestigating, right? How resilient is this chart that it absorbs that a week later you're about to make a new high, right? What is more bullish than something that doesn't go down on bad news?
Yes.
Right? This has been Exhibit A really all year. There's been multiple times that they tried to sell it and they couldn't keep it down. I think up is the next move. And just think more broadly, we need to retire the acronym FANG because they're all moving in different directions, right? Facebook strong, Alphabet strong, Netflix, Amazon, not so much, right? So this is no longer an asset class. These are individual names, and I think Facebook is going to be the best one.
All right, Chris Ferrone, good stuff. Splunk,
thank you.
Facebook, appreciate that.